are listening to WHOA Podcast, coming to you from Gainesville, Florida. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the WHOA GNV Podcast, the Coronavirus Sessions, where our temporary mission is to save as many businesses and jobs as possible by sharing how our fellow business owners and professionals are navigating the impact of COVID-19. My name is Colin Austin, and my co-host is Michael Dees. What is up, man?
Not much, man. This is an exciting episode for me because I get to just like sit back in the shadow that both of you cast. Like both of you have become such like huge pillars in our community, especially with the digital platforms. So it's like, man, how do I even like stand up to both your personalities? I'm excited.
Yeah. So before we introduce our very special guest today, we'll let Mike's excitement continue to build. Let me thank our sponsors first, man. We are so grateful for these sponsors, man. These guys make the show happen. Absolutely love them. Shout out to Gainesville native Matt Houchins of Houchins Consulting. He's been sponsoring a lot of these coronavirus sessions. Super grateful. Matt is just a man when it comes to search engine optimization. He has worked with businesses on a local level and national level. You can take advantage of his free Google My Business audit and update by reaching out to him at 352-562-0310 or check him out at gnvseo.com. Let him help you guys. He will help you navigate this time of uncertainty. Just an amazing guy. And Matt, man, just super grateful for you. So thank you so much for your support. And also to our man Kyle over at Leonardo's Pizza Millhopper. Kyle, Charles, and team have just been hustling. I don't know if you've been seeing this stuff on Instagram and everywhere else, Mike, but these guys have been straight up hustling. Mike, I want you to picture those delicious, creamy garlic knots just coming out of the oven.
Dude, they're so good. Now I can picture them.
Now they're just melting in your mouth. You're imagining it right now, right?
I am. I'm seeing like they posted a picture on Instagram and it's just like drizzling the garlic butter all over, man.
They know how to do it right. Well, you don't have to imagine anymore, man. Hit them up. Pick up the phone right now and call our friends at Leonardo's Millhopper at 352-376-2001 or order online at leonardosmillhopper.com. Super grateful for them and can't wait to get my garlic knots, baby. Let's go.
That's right. You can check out Kyle's episode. I think it was 96.
Was it?
Episode 96, I think. Yeah. It's a pretty good episode. He brought us a pizza. I couldn't eat it, and then he brought me one later. Kyle's great, man.
It is. It's a riot. So Leonardo's, thank you. Leonardo's Millhopper, thank you so much. Matt Houchins, thanks so much for sponsoring. You guys are awesome. We really, really appreciate it. And now we're going to dive right in with my incredible friend, Elio Piedra. I call him the magic maker of Gainesville, baby. This guy is just somebody that I admire who has just got the work ethic that I have, and it's so hard to find that these days. No, but seriously, I just love this guy. Elio, what is up, man? How are you? Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course, brother. It's my pleasure and honor. I am better than good because now I am here with you guys. So what can I say?
Yeah, so I don't even remember. So Elio was on one of the first episodes of this podcast, and I'll have to like go do a little callback and find out. But man, it was a great episode. You actually brought a little drum, had the drum roll going.
That's right.
All since then, you've had a daughter since then, right? Like there's been a lot of stuff happening in your life. Yes. And I'm just excited to dive into it. But like, let's talk a little bit about this. Let's focus because you're a big community guy like myself and like Michael, and you have your own show and everything going. Like, let's talk about the impact of COVID-19 on you and on everything that you're doing, because you were doing a lot of events across town. Every night. Every time I see this guy's schedule, it's like every night. It's like he puts out the list and it's like every single night is taken by some event. So I got to imagine this has had quite an impact on you, but like share your story about how this has impacted you, man.
Well, first of all, once again, thank you very much for having me, brother. I got to tell you that I really admire you and admire you guys. Everything that you guys are doing for the community constantly, that's incredible. And it is greatly appreciated. Well, Yeah, you are right. I mean, I used to play every single night. I think we're that's my regular schedule. You know, every single day, and sometimes two, three, four events in a day, which is crazy. But yeah, with the help of my dad, who used to work with me and my marketing team, we make it happen. But you know now. It is funny that you asked that question, and actually, it was meant to be because this morning I was reading a post by John Maxwell and LinkedIn. You probably saw that he was saying that you never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. So I've been working constantly, not only on my work, on my on my entertainment career, but also on myself as a individual, working constantly, becoming strong, trying to be the best person, the best version of myself. And you know what, Colin? I mean, this is simply the times where, I mean, now it is the time to stay positive and to stay creative. All the work that I've been putting on, now is the time to actually use it, to actually use all the work that I've been investing on myself. For example, my industry is being devastated. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. Nobody's doing concerts. Nobody's having events. Period. Actually, I think a little bit. I had a little bit of luck since I am still booking weddings for the fall for 2021, and that security deposit is coming very, very beautiful, to me. But still, for somebody like me that had this volume of work, right now, the impact is being huge. So what I say, okay, hold on a minute. For somebody like me, I can just be sitting here. So we're gonna keep working constantly on myself, but also using that energy and all that time to invest in our community, as you're doing, to do events, to help other businesses to create online. For example, I have an amazing online event. It's called Cyber Cinco. Cinco de Mayo is very famous, right? In this country. So right now, Felipe Estacaria, shout out to them. Always been with me, like a beautiful 6 years of relationship with that corporation. They are from New Orleans. I am going to be hosting a Cyber Cinco de Mayo. Cyber, the only restaurant that I heard that is doing that. And I have the pleasure to do that for them, and not only perform, but I'm going to be hosting the whole thing. So, there is amazing things that are happening. Another thing that is happening, I always wanted to work, but what about my family, my Bella, my wife? And now I have more time for them. And I'm telling you, I am loving this time. I am trying to appreciate every single minute. Another opportunity is being closer to friends like you. For example, I always wanted to be, I always try in my life to be surrounded by people like you, like all the amazing leaders that we have. And now is the time when we have that opportunity to exchange ideas, to grow together, and to keep working. I always say the idea is to never stop regardless.
Yeah. So real, I mean, dude, I feel the same way about you, man. It's so great to like be in a community where we have this mutual support for one another and just everybody encouraging each other. And especially like a time right now, like we need that more than ever. I need it too, like I know I have a lot of energy, but man, dude, I have my down days as well, and I'm just going through the same struggle that everybody else is going through. And I've been stressing about the PPP and all these, these grants and loans and paying the bills that I have right here, just trying to figure out which ones to advertise or not to, prioritize, excuse me. And, and I'm going through the same stuff. So it's just nice to have, friends that can lift me up as well, so I'm grateful for that. But, tell me a little bit about, so like the virtual, the event, the Cinco de Mayo event that you're doing, like, so what does that look like? Like, are you going to the restaurant? Are you setting up and then you're recording it? Like what, or, what's it going to look like?
Well, actually not. I am going to be on my studio, and from my studio, the studio that I have where I do my podcast and I do my online fiesta now and everything. From there, I am going to be producing the 4 locations. They have 4 Felipes, one in Gainesville, Naples, Fort Myers, and New Orleans. we're going live, cross-posting 4 pages at the same time, and YouTube also, and I maybe Twitch as well. I mean, sorry, Twitch, and everybody together at the same time live. And we're gonna be going back and forth from one Felipe's to another. And at the end of the event, I'm going to end up performing. But we have so many artists. We have different artists representing that exact city. You know, New Orleans. I mean, in New Orleans, I think
Cool.
well, New Orleans that Felipe's, and then Naples they have another one for Meyer Beach, and then here in Gainesville. And in Gainesville, I am representing Gainesville because I used to bring so many different artists. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And yes, they are still, you know, we're making some income with that, you know, creating events for different people. And it's unbelievable. It's still with entertainment. I'm just mixing entertainment with well, not some, kind of like technology. We've been trying to trick a little bit this application that they're a little bit limited, and we've been trying to produce live with them.
Awesome. Definitely gonna have to be getting some to-go margaritas to check that out on Cinco de Mayo.
That's the joys, man. You can like watch it all online, and then you can just sit back at home, or like in your virtual studio like this or whatever, and just sip those margaritas, baby.
So how has your schedule changed? Like I know we were talking about some of the pivots that you made, and the last time I saw you, I think it was February at a bridal expo in Jacksonville, and obviously that's a huge sector that's been just kind of devastated by this stuff, because I mean, every city is different, but the amount of people that can come for events, and you have a lot of people that are postponing, canceling, that kind of stuff. So how has that affected? How far, like when's your next wedding that you're doing, and do you think it's even going to happen?
I mean, actually, you're right. That industry, that field of weddings and the wedding vendors has been devastated as well, completely. There is no like slow down. There is devastated. That's the word. And I was talking to a bunch of wedding vendors, friends that I call, you know, often to check on them and say how you doing. And let me tell you, for example, in my case, the same thing. A lot of weddings, all the weddings that I had until end of May, they've been postponed because people are still afraid that we may have the same problem of social distancing, probably allowing few people. So something that I've been working for me is just the fact, like, it's still clients calling me from those wedding expos. It's still people calling me to book me for this coming fall and for 2021. And again, that security deposit, that is how it works. You sign a contract. They give you a security deposit, and then you keep moving forward and following up with your client. And that's been helping a lot. And you know, it's been amazing how people, they've been very understanding of the situation, because there is no client that has been saying, well, we can't give you the security deposit. Everybody, you know, is being flexible. They've been trying to help you with that. And also another thing is that, for example, my last event was in Tampa. It was like a month ago. It was like a private event that I had in Tampa. Because I go all over the States, but lately I've been from Miami to Jacksonville. I have a wedding that I booked yesterday for St. Augustine, but it is very tricky. The only wedding that I canceled me, it was yesterday actually, because this lady, this family, they had family coming from Dominican Republic, from New York. And imagine, I mean, they didn't know if they will be able to host more than 50 people. And they were very afraid because they couldn't switch the day, postpone the wedding. The venue didn't give them the money back. It was like a whole difficult situation. But you know, we are here still, you know, booking events and trying to move forward with that. But it is a tough situation. We are just trying to adapt to it.
I feel like every time I see you, you're definitely bringing the crowd, bringing the energy. Like I'm sitting here at this expo and there's, it's all these vendors set up and everybody's getting their tastings and everything, but you're around the corner and there's Elio and he's got a whole like group of people in front of him dancing to the music, right? So like how are you going crazy right now? Like is the extrovert, the social aspect of you, like people social distancing, you don't really have that like engagement, you don't get to bring that kind of joy to the people and when watch them dancing and everything, are you going crazy missing that?
Yes. Man, I gotta be honest with you, bro. I sometimes I am like calling, I myself, just I try to feel happy and I'm always grateful with myself, but sometimes I sit in my jar. And I love smoking Cuban cigars. I don't smoke anything, but I love my Cuban cigars. Everybody know that I'm Cuban. But I mean, yesterday, I'm telling you, just yesterday, I was going live on Instagram, and I was very emotional about. I didn't even have like the will to light up a Cuban cigar. Just like because I'm missing the community so much, missing hugging, giving a hug, kissing somebody, just saying hello. When I see her calling, I do it, brother. That energy that only being a human can bring you, bro. There is no. I'm telling you. I know a lot of people are going to watch this and listen. I know. I mean, the governor, whoever can say that there is a new normal. I'm telling you, we are social animals. We are humans. When we go back to normal, probably I don't know how long it's gonna take, but eventually we need to hug each other. We need to kiss each other. Hey, come on, bro.
I don't, dude, I'm like, dude, are we gonna like show up and see each other and like you and I are gonna like bow to each other? Like,
yeah.
so good to see you, my friend. Like, and I'm not like making fun of bow culture or anything like that, but I'm just like thinking of you and me. I'm like, every time we see each other, we're like trading hats. We're like, embracing. Yo, my man, what is up?
People are killing me with this new normal. What is a new normal? This is no new normal. I mean, even now, people are going out without mask, which is wrong. But what I mean by that, people are just showing the need, all right? How much they need just to be a human. I've been watching videos, people from, just the grandma going to visit their grandkids with with a window in the middle. Man, that's so sad. I mean, that's incredible, So I think yes, we need to go back to normal, just like any need that a human. Yeah, I know we need to adjust and we need to adapt because for the safety of everybody. But at the end of the day, we gotta be human beings,
Yep. I mean, if anything, it makes you like grateful for those little moments that like we take that kind of stuff for advantage on a daily basis, right? And now it's like you're saying, man, like what if I could never like hug my friend again? What if a grandparent could never like actually embrace their grandchild, again? Like, I mean, like that's super impactful. And you start to realize how those little things are so important.
Well, now that you mentioned that, and I promise you, I'm getting a little bit emotional because I was supposed to go to Cuba because my grandma wasn't doing well until all the flights got canceled and everything, and she because she's losing her memory and everything, and all this situation. In the middle of the situation, the other day I was actually around the neighborhood with my wife and my baby, and we sit under a tree, and we were like, wow, can you take a look at how green the trees are? How nice is this wind? This breeze, can you feel it? Can you feel that? Can you appreciate that for a second? Mention two things right now that they're priceless to you. And that when I was asking that to my wife, that brought tears to my eyes because I was remembering my grandma. I was like, wow, what if I can see my grandma again? Just because of this situation, right? Why if I don't know whatever happened that it's not possible to be there, at that moment and to say goodbye. It just, but at the same time, I think this situation calling is one of the biggest lessons. The other day, I tried to have this conversation with a friend of mine. Again, two things. And if you're watching the show, I really hope that you're watching the show and you're supporting World Podcast every single day, every single week. Mention right now in the comment below 2 things that they impact you within you. Because one thing is the things that happen around you, the things that happen to you, but what about that? What happened within you? How you feel with yourself? How do you feel with this situation? How have you changed? How you adjust? Because we talk about the financial, the PPP plan, but all of that is coming and going. But what about you within you? Have you thought about that? Make make a comment. 2 things that you, and one for me, one of the biggest things is the appreciation for life, appreciation for the the super small things. It's unbelievable, man. I am very, very inspired by now watching my baby girl growing, and all the little things that I've been missing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great, you know.
I love seeing the videos of you and your daughter interacting and you like carrying her around. I mean, she is adorable too, dude. No, man, I'm on the same page, man. I have such a great appreciation for life. I'm you know, I know a lot of people, we've said this multiple times, look at this as such a negative situation. Like, oh man, people are dying, people are sick. And I completely get that. But I choose to look at the greatness that is coming from it, the greatness that will come from it. And, you know, I think there's so much opportunity here, and there's so much reflection on what's really important. And I just love every aspect of that. And I choose to love every aspect of that. And I think it has to be that mindset. You have to go into it, you know, looking for the good, you know, in that darkness. So Mike, well, what else you got?
Now, I'm just looking forward to an invite where Elio's maybe having a giant dance party on Zoom or something and teaching some salsa lessons. I'll get some rum, some cigars, some pastelitos, and I know Miranda and I will stay here in salsa in the living room if you hold a dance party.
Well, you've been doing that, right? Like, how often are you doing that? Because I've seen it on Facebook several times in the evening, right?
Yeah, I've been doing online fiesta with Elio. I used to do it every single day on Facebook at 10 p.m. But the thing is that Facebook right now, the live streaming world, in general, Facebook is overwhelmed with the volume of people doing live streaming. So right now, sometimes you are doing a live streaming, especially music. That's happening with music, because I keep doing my morning coffee with Elio. I keep doing another thing that I'm doing, another segment that is called Elio Debate, and it's in Spanish for the Latin community. And nothing, they don't cut it off. When I am playing, at some point they are going to cut off the video. 40 minutes, an hour. The other day, we're doing every other week online music festival as well, with different musicians from all over the world. So but my online fiesta used to be every day. Now I am doing it Wednesday and Friday, just to give a minute to Facebook to say, oh, okay, Elio is taking a break. He's coming back on Friday.
You're like, let me show you Facebook.
Yes. But no, anytime, brother, anytime, whatever you guys need, whatever you guys want, will be my pleasure.
Well, I know a lot of people. I was gonna say, I know a lot of people are working at home too, so maybe just some ambient music where they can hide that cocktail while they're working at home. You know, help them be productive in their remote life.
I can't do that, Mike, because the fiesta, man, the fiesta.
It's not enough party for you.
I know that's gotta be. I know how that is pulling on you, Elio, because I'm kind of the same way about. I've been complaining, not complaining, but I'm just like I'm not getting my full fulfillment because we're not recording in the studio. You know, like our podcast has this like unique studio experience, and like I miss being in the studio, and I'm like. I mean, I'm talking about, all right, well, we're going to get Brandon masks and we're going to get everybody in the studio. We'll record with masks on. We're getting back in the studio sometime soon. I'm not going to like let this thing, you know, keep us from our thing, man. Like I miss it so much, but you know, it's funny, Mike, you talking about that. Like, so Elio, one night when you were doing one of your live, streams and you were playing music and doing your thing, like I was working. And it was at like 10 o'clock at night. It was one of the 10 o'clock streams. I was working and I just like downsized the screen, put it up in the corner, and I was working on my computer, and I'm just like listening, jamming out, but I was working. So
that's cool, bro.
It was good. It was cool for me. I'm like, let's go, baby, let's go.
I appreciate you for the support. Yes, I really appreciate that. No, it's been amazing, Colin. I am planning, even though when we get back to normal, I am planning to keep it going at least once a week because people, my friends from Europe, I have friends from all over the world. My friends, people saying hello from Switzerland, from Holland, from Germany. I was like, my family watching me live on Facebook. That's amazing. Actually was my cousin's birthday the other day, and I sung happy birthday for her, and she started crying. She said, "Oh my God, I'm so emotional. I can't believe it." But so that's very special, and that's the magic. That's the magic of networking with and with the social media. But at the same time, we need to interact eventually in person and everything. But yeah, that's what we need to do.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap up in a minute, but you're such a huge community guy, and we have the Gainesville community listening and watching. Like you've interviewed several people. You're in it just as much as we are. So like what's the biggest thing like that whether it be a piece of advice or something that just really struck you from all of your shows and the different things that you're doing, like what's been the biggest thing that's just stuck out to you, advice, lesson, word of encouragement, for the audience?
Well, first of all, thank you for that. Thank you for the opportunity to have me, to connect with our community once again.
Of course.
This is very simple, guys. I want to tell you, if you're watching right now, that I want you to say yes. That's simple. I want you to say yes to your dreams. I want you to say yes to your goals. I want you to say yes to that challenge that you are facing right now. And I want you to say, yes, I can make it happen. Because I've been calling different friends, sometimes friends that they are used to be so high energy, so positive. Now is the time to be positive. Now is the time to be optimistic. Now is the time to everything that we've been learning, everything that we've been working on, we need to use that. It's time to say yes. It doesn't matter if we need to file for this foreclosure, for bankruptcy. It doesn't matter if you are losing your house. I'm telling you, keep saying yes. That's all you need. When you wake up in the morning, say yes and write down 3 reasons, 3 whys, why your yes is worth it. I'm telling you, it is hard. Yes, it is hard, but it is worth it. At the end of the day, we're going to find out that it's worth it. So you need to say yes. It's simple like that. Just try to think and be laser focused and obsessed with yes. Keep saying yes to your goals. If you wanted to be a millionaire before you are 40, why not? Are you going to allow this pandemic to stop you from your dream? No way. Say yes. That's what I'm telling you.
I love you, man. I'm like,
it's so. Let's go. It's like Colin, every time I have to speak to the team, Colin always asks me to do the Wolf of Wall Street speech. And I feel like you got that, like you channel that energy so well, man. But we got to go ahead and look at him. We got to go ahead and wrap up. Elio, tell us where we can connect with you, where our audience can connect with you, and where we can maybe book you for an event or anything after all this dies down.
Amen.
Oh, yeah. Go to eliopiedra.com. Simple. eliopiedra.com. And over there, you need a wedding, a festival, anything. Over there, you will see weddings tab and hire me for private events. And you also want to follow me at some point on my Morning Coffee with Elio on Facebook. I have my Elio Piedra Bringing the Fiesta to You page. Elio Piedra Bringing the Fiesta to You page.
It brings you the fiesta wherever you're at. Even if you're on a Zoom podcast, he'll bring the fiesta right to you.
If you're driving anywhere in Florida and you see his van go by, just give him a smile. It'll brighten your day.
Yeah. You always brighten my day, man. Thanks for joining us today, dude.
My pleasure, brother. Thank you for having me. My honor and pleasure.
Keep doing your thing, man. Absolutely love you. Can't wait to give you a hug again one day in the future. probably months from now at this point, but hey, it'll happen. And yeah. Gainesville, everybody, world, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Elio, and for all of the Gainesville businesses. Support local business. Let's get through this thing together. I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of us.
That's right.
This is the WHOA GNV podcast, the podcast bringing you businesses and individuals that make you go, whoa.
Whoa.
We will see you later. Bye.